Hey. Welcome to Spirit Spirals Beer Review. We are continuing on our Falltoberfest 2023. Shagster is the Shagdog of ceremonies for the Falltoberfest. We are the Spitter Swallow Beer Review, and I'm Jammer.
Yes, Jammer, and I am Shagdog, and we are doing the Spitter Swallow Beer Reviews. Falltoberfest, I'm doing a pumpkin ale, which is by the Great Divide Brewing Company out of Colorado, 6.5% ABV, and yeah, should be a good one. I got the Headless Horseman on there on both sides. Headless Horseman. Ichabod Crane, watch out, bitch.
Well, I got Shagdog, Elysians or Elysians. Darko the Moon Pumpkin Stout. I'm excited by this because it's not your typical pumpkin ale. It's a stout. It gets a 88 by the BA and 7.5 ABV. It says here, spookily, smooth and chocolatey. A perennial favorite and 2010 silver medalist in the Great American Beer Festival Field Beer category. Dark O' the Moon is brewed with Great Western Pale Crisp 77, Crystal, Munich, Cara-Vienne, roasted chocolate, and special bee malts with roasted pumpkin seeds in the mash. Pumpkin in the mash, kettle, and fermenter. Bittered with Magnum and finished with Saaz and crushed cinnamon. So it is dark. So dark. Smells sweet, malty, pumpkiny, cinnamony. The head is quickly dissipated, even though it's beige. You know.
I like it.
What's yours, Shagdog? Tell us about it.
I didn't even open my can yet, but I believe it's a dark beer from what I remember. Yes, definitely dark. Dark pumpkin ale. It's a beer we're drinking.
We're saving someone's life.
Yeah, definitely a dark pumpkin. Smells like raw pumpkin.
Yeah.
Maybe some roastiness to it. Roasted pumpkin seeds. Yeah, it smells pretty good. I like this one. Yeah.
Well, mine, the head is quickly dissipated and just became like a little lace.
Yeah, I got a little less than a pinky now, but I'm ready to drink it, Jammer. How about you?
Yeah, I'm getting spices here and a little bit of a mocha or a coffee type smell.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Let's do it, Shagdog. Drink up.
Great pumpkin.
Prost. Great pumpkin.
Great pumpkin caper.
Cheers.
Wow.
Got a slight smokiness to it. Got a nice coffee, yet a little bit of the pumpkin pie spices in there. It's actually, in my opinion, a little chocolate in there. Maybe a little ginger. Maybe a little bitterness in the sense, maybe a roasty, burnt flavor. But overall, it's one of the better pumpkin type beers that I've had this year. As far as beers go, a pumpkin stout, I have a special place in my heart for because it isn't like your typical pumpkin ale. You know, it's gone beyond. It's evolved. It's become dark. Went to the dark side and it's become a stout. You know, and I like the idea of that. How about you, Shagdog?
I agree totally. This one, I don't even know if it's a stout. It does have some stout qualities to it. It doesn't say nothing on the can or beer advocate about being a stout, though. But it's definitely a dark roasted pumpkin taste to it.
Well, it sounds
A little,
interesting to say
a
the
little bit,
least.
a little bit of sweetness. Maybe even a little brown sugar in there, or cinnamon, brown sugar.
Yeah, the flavors of both the beers, it's similar in the sense what you were saying.
Yeah.
It interests me, that one that you have, and I would like to try it.
Yeah, so that one I did do before because a couple of years ago we bought that variety pack about 3 years ago or so. So I remember those Elysians or Elysians.
Yeah.
This one's pretty good. Last year I had the can that you see behind me. It was a big can with that color. They changed the color on the can this year, but pretty much the same thing. And they also have, you can find the Great Divide Yeti pumpkin, which is a pumpkin stout. So this one might be just a regular pumpkin beer, but I mean, they just definitely roasted the hell and made it dark.
Well, I like this Elysian Darko the Moon, right? Reminds me of Ozzy Osbourne, but yeah. It's got the cinnamon in there, chocolate, the dark roasted grains and malts and roastiness. It's got a slight sweetness to it, but it's also bitter, and it has a little bit of cinnamon in there. And I think a pumpkin stout style is much more interested than the trying to make it a pumpkin pie.
Right.
Although I will say Tampa Bay Brewing Company's Gourd's Gone Wild was a really good pumpkin beer.
Right. And I would probably agree with you. And I'd also say if you can find Gorgeous by Noda Brewing, Noda, pretty good one too.
Yeah, those two. I would like to try that one that you were talking about in the Noda.
I like to try that Tampa Bay one though.
Yeah.
That sounds good. But yeah, my three favorites right now, probably this one, the Noda. I did like I don't think it's the greatest pumpkin ever, but it was something different. Is that New Belgium, the Voodoo Ranger Atomic Pumpkin with the habanero and with the pumpkin. That was interesting.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
A lot of people didn't like that. They said it was a gimmick, but I thought it was pretty interesting, the habanero and pumpkin. So
yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. So what would I give this? I mean, being that it tastes
we are the Spitter Swallow Beer Review, and there comes a time when you gotta review a beer.
Well, you have to heed that call, and I would say, man. I'm going to give this a B+ and a swallow.
Yeah. This is definitely, God. For pumpkin beer, I don't know. This almost tastes like a stout. I'm going to say it does have some stout qualities to it. So I would say it was a stout, even though I didn't say nothing in the can about it. I'm going to give this an A- and a swallow.
Yeah.
Yes. There you
go. We are the Spitter Swallow Beer Review.
I think you'd love this one, Jammer. I remember doing the listings. They weren't too bad, but actually some of them were pretty strong and robust, if I recall.
Oh, I don't think I said what this gets, right? 88 by the BA, and it's a 7.5 ABV.
Oh, 7.5. Mine's only 6.5, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple of those listings were all right. Yeah, I remember doing all 4 of them.
This one would give you a woody.
A woody?
Yeah.
Like a beaver? A beaver woody?
A woody for a beaver.
Hey, bless all my friends and family who are watching on my Facebook channel. Also, I am not streaming to Facebook, but I did share the YouTube link. So all my cousins and friends and uncles and aunts and nephews and nieces could all see Shagdog and Jammer reviewing beer for the world.
Yes. We're saving people's lives, people.
It's true. Good for you and me. I like that part. Did I make that up? Did I write that part? Or that is something you would say to me. If you could just believe, you could drink it all. Yeah. And I wrote that shit in a whim. I said, "Oh, let me take a look at the lyrics." Bam, bam, bam. I just went through and changed the lyrics up. You know. I thought there was one part of the song when I was doing it earlier today, trying to do the fourth part. I thought there was one part you changed up or something.
Yeah, there is.
I was like,
it's the original. It's the original part I wrote about it. We are the Spitter Swallow Beer Review, the ones who would drink a brew and review it just for you.
Yeah, but there was some other part, I think. Anyhow.
Oh, at the end, I did a homage to the Beatles.
Oh, did you?
All we need is beer, all together now.
Yeah,
all we need is beer, everybody. All we need is beer. Beer. Beer's all we need.
One viewer watching, and many viewers might be on YouTube. I can't see the YouTube viewers, but
yeah.
Well, my Facebook. Well, it might be actually. I don't know. Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, it's exciting. The different beers but I think the pumpkin style, if in a stout, is really nice.
Yeah, I think it's good. Especially if you don't overkill it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get your pumpkin, you got your spices, and the stout there. Yeah. Just don't blast it where you can't taste the stout flavors,
I know, yeah. And pumpkin ales, there's some good ones out there, don't get me wrong, but I think the idea of using it for pumpkin, for a stout is even better.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, you said that Tampa Bay Brewing Company one, and I said that Gorgeous by Noda Brewing Company. Really good. And I couldn't find that this year. I looked for that one again. I couldn't find it, but and which is really funny because every time I go to these beer places, I can find beer by Noda.
Yeah,
but nothing this time. So I'm like,
wow, maybe they're not existent anymore.
Well, they're from North Carolina, but you know how these, especially the craft brewing, they say it's like dying down right now. So
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of breweries that got a hit whenever 2020 happened.
And what doesn't help is when state laws like Florida used to be open, and then the state made a law where it had to go through a distributor to bring craft beers in. So
that's all controlling the market.
Yeah,
for the big guys.
Communism.
Yeah, for the big guys.
Yep.
It's protecting the market share for the big guys.
And most of the big distributors are the Coors distributors. Like here, when I went to ask about that one beer, oh, that's the Coors guy brings it in. Like, really? It's a beer from North Carolina. Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I think they need to change those laws. That's antiquated at the very least,
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind if they go through a distributor and say, hey, you can deliver our beer for us at a cheap price, but that usually jacks the price up. Usually,
but they're not going to do that because they're being paid by the big guy.
Yeah,
to deliver their beer.
Right,
and then all of a sudden you're delivering. So-and-so, wait, hold on a second. You're delivering so-and-so's beer? Well, you know what? We don't like that idea, and we might have to yank our contract from you if you continue on.
Or what they do is they jack that price up for so-and-so's beer, so you won't buy their beer anyhow. I guess I'll buy the Coors because this other beer is $18 for a 12-pack, and you're $12 for a 12-pack or whatever.
Yeah, you're right about that, Shagdog, because that's what they do. They jack up the prices so that it makes it hard for the little guy to get any kind of market share whatsoever.
And thus, us as the consumers who love beer, got to spend more money to have good beer. That should be cheaper.
I much rather have a quality beer at a good price, and what I mean by a good price is I'm willing to spend a little bit more than the dirt cheap prices of Coors or Bud Light or any of those other beers, in order to get a beer that's made like the Reinheitsgebot law, just malts,
Yeah.
barley, hops, water,
Yeah, you gotta have water in there.
yeast, just those ingredients, and I'd be happy. I don't need the adjuncts. I don't need corn or rice or whatever.
Flavoring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. You don't get to see the ingredients on these. So some of these brewers are using high fructose corn syrup. They're using flavorings like you're saying, and
GMO.
Yeah. And you just have no idea what is being put in that beer.
Right.
And that's scary because you're drinking the beer, but you don't want it to kill you.
That's a damn good beer. Oh, Jammer, if you had that beer, you'd say the same thing. Now, it is a little sweet and heavy. Not super sweet, but it's a little sweet and a little heavy. So just the two things combined. Would you want to drink 5 or 6 of these? Probably not. Maybe 3 or 4 at the most. 3 or 4. It's one of those beers. But I love the Headless Horseman.
Yeah. I remember doing that one way back when.
You did this one way back then?
With you, Great Divide Pumpkin, way back.
I don't remember that. I don't remember.
On the old channel. And Great Divide has been a good brewery in general.
Oh yeah, I mean, some people don't like it because Yeti Stout, Imperial Stout, kind of a lot of It's a stout with a pretty high amount of IBUs. Imperial Stout is like 75.
Yeah, but it doesn't
IBUs.
taste like that.
Yeah, because that darkness and the robustness of the stout kind of mask the IBUs. So
yeah,
I mean, you can tell it's there still, but it kind of covers it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I love Yeti.
Oh, Yeti loves you.
I think my pumpkin's growing as I drink more. It's like getting fatter.
Think so. It's becoming bloated. Yeah, so
smile, review, or sad.
All right. So, we will continue on. You got another one, right?
I can do well. I got my special. Sounds like a good song. What is that?
That one there, I think, is "We Are the Spitter Swallow Beer Review."
Oh, yeah, it's our theme song.
Yeah.
We go home. Hey, I was gonna do some more songs today, but I was like, fuck, maybe next Saturday when I have off.
Yeah.
Probably do some of those. I'm hoping you can still make a playlist on there, because then I can do all the holiday songs in one playlist. So yeah, continuous play. I think I got one more pumpkin beer jammer. I think.
Oh, let's do it. Rock and roll.
I can't remember what the hell I have. I might have to drink a Yingling with a pumpkin creamer.
That sounds wonderful. That should be interesting.
Yeah.
To say the least.
Yeah. YouTube drinking community, where have they been? Where the fuck have they been?
They've been non-existent for a while.
Yeah.
They used to be very vocal, but now...
Yeah, now they're like a bunch of pansy liberals hiding in the corner.
Yeah. Oh, well. We are the Spitter Swallow Beer Review. I am Jammer. This guy right there to the left of me.
Well, to my right.
Yeah, is Shagdog. We'll see you on the next one, guys. We're going to continue on with the Falltoberfest 2023. Exciting and new beer. It's just
excitement abounds.
Yeah. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing, liking, and sharing. Tinkle the bell for the Shagster.
Oh, do it for the Jammer. All right.